Before we get on with some M140i content, I just want to give a massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. Right folks, so welcome back to another video. We're doing some more stuff on the M140i. We're going to be going stage 2 plus on the car as promised. I know I said that in the last video as well. Everything's as promised on this channel. We also have one exhaust tip. On the way down on the motorway, somehow we managed to disintegrate a bird. Well, there was a van in front of me and the thing just, it was like a pheasant walking in the outside lane. I was just showered in feathers, man. It's mad. Luckily nothing went in the car. But yeah, we'll get the car here and then basically get cracking with the video. You're alright, you're alright. Right, so we've got the bits here that will essentially make the car stage 2 plus. Now, as you know, the sort of long-term goal with this, or whenever the turbo rise, is to put a pure 800 on it, which will make it stage 3. Now, there is a variety of fuel pump upgrades that you can do for a B58. This is a first gen one, so you need to upgrade it regardless. I've gone for a Dodge stage 2 pump. I did mention it in the introduction video to the project. Essentially what this will do, just allow us a lot of headroom to run like ethanol blends, and it's just a bit more advised, especially on a pure 800 setup. I don't really want to have any restrictions with the fueling. It arrived before the turbo, so that's the reason for going base stage 2 plus, you could say. I thought the turbo would arrive first because these were on back order for ages. We also have got some B58 TU plugs, which are from a Supra. We are going to go show you the Supra in a second because luckily Evolve does have a Supra. And yeah, we've got some fuel lines as well. I got it from Pure Turbos EU, so make sure you do check them out. They're like the EU supplier for Pure 800 setups, etc, etc. So that's the plan. We're going to fit this, load a custom file onto it, and then basically go from there. But what we'll do, we'll show you the Supra that's buried over there somewhere, just to give you guys an idea of how it differs to this thing. Looking quite dusty, isn't it, Aston?
It's very dusty, yeah. It's been neglected, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
used for a long time.
The interesting thing with this car, it's actually got a pure 800 on it. So this is an eventually development car. They used it to develop the intake. They got the headlight duct as well, which you can't see here, but there's plenty of content on the internet, I'm sure you'll see. All right, so here we go. B58 TU. It already comes with an uprated fuel pump from the factory. Now, a lot of people do tend to use the TU pump on a 140i when going stage 2 plus. As I said, the reason why we've gone Dodge stage 2 is to allow for the pure 800 to be run with full ethanol. But yeah, it's interesting to see a BMW engine and a Toyota, but then you guys know the sketch about this car. Everyone knows, isn't it?
It is a BMW.
This one, as I said, does have a pure 800 turbo on it. The exhaust manifold is a bit different. It's 2-port on this one. But yeah, you can see the inventory intake's a different design as well. It's the one on my car. But yeah, B58. Just bleeding off some fuel pressure. It reminds me of the GTI, this does, when I used to do cam follower changes. I just whacked my head on the bonnet as well, but oh well. Right, so as you can see by all the microfibers here, there's definitely been a lot of fuel spray. Aston's been having a fun time. Fuel pump's coming off now. There we go, mate. Look at that. Standard M140i fuel pump. Right, so we've got the stock bits placed alongside the Dodge bits. Aston's going to give us a little explanation.
So this is the high pressure line. This end connects to the outlet of the fuel pump.
Yep.
And then these two ends connect to the fuel rails that obviously connect to the injectors.
Yep.
This is the stock one.
Yep.
And this is the Dodge one. So you can see obviously the difference in size initially anyway.
Yeah.
Slightly different shape, but I don't think that's any kind of real reason. It's just purely how they make it. So larger line on the high pressure. Then this is the low pressure line. This end connects to the main fuel line coming from the tank.
Yeah.
Which then connects to this hard line.
Right.
And then this end connects to the inlet of the pump.
Right.
So that all those two pieces are replaced by just a one line with the Dodge kit. That end goes onto the fuel line and that end goes onto the fuel pump. The only difference I think with the pump is that you need to fit the plate first. And then the pump fits into the plate. So obviously that replaces the original pump's fitment. So you can still, you basically bolt that to the engine and then bolt the pump to that.
Right, so let me just remove all of these disintegrated bird pieces and we'll give you guys a little montage of the pump being fitted. Right, so I'm just interrupting this montage to give you guys a tip. Aston just basically found out something. Before you put the line on, if you're going to do your plugs first, because the coil pack won't fit back in it.
Yeah, so obviously the coil's got to go down there like that.
Yeah.
And the fuel line is going to sit essentially there.
Yeah. So
it's going to be quite tight to get the coil in. Like, you'll have to bend the coil a bit too much. I don't think you'd really get it.
Right, so we pulled the plugs out of the car. We're going to show them side by side with the new ones. Thank you, mate. N55 cold start in the background. Take two, yeah.
I mean, you don't know how long they've been in there, do you? You don't know when they were changed.
Nah, I mean, all I've got on the car is a on the iDrive. It had a service at 17,000 miles, and that's about it, really.
So how many miles ago was that? 17,000.
About 11k, I'd say.
Okay, yeah,
I've done 3,000 miles in the car, and it's 25k when I bought it. So
it might have been changed at that service. You never know, really.
And we're gonna gap these to that
0.022. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the feeler gauge.
Sweet.
22. 12.
Don't worry, man. I believe you. You've got the gauge.
It's there somewhere. There it is.
Yeah, we believe you, mate. Don't worry. Yeah. We're gapping the plugs. Right, so we got the Dodge fuel pump all fitted up with the new lines. The spark plugs are in also, and the coil pack's now fitting perfectly. We're now loading on the new file, aren't we, Aston?
Yeah, so the Stage 2 Plus file's going in.
Yep.
I'm just putting these cloths around just in case it leaks fuel anywhere.
Yeah.
It shouldn't do anyway, it's all tightened up anyway, but I just want to make sure.
Just a preventive measure.
It's just better to be safe than sorry. Yeah.
Shall I go for it?
Yeah, cool.
First time with this new fuel pump. Aston's gonna take you around the block. Just make sure. He's gonna make sure it's all in one piece. I hope anyway. Nah, everything's done properly here. Nothing to worry. Imran is gonna be here in a second as well. We're gonna take the car out for a little data log session, get a GoPro up, and just have a little chat. GR Yaris is here as well. There's just so much going on today. This thing's just amazing, man. I still haven't gotten over how good this drives. And line up outside. Hello, mate. Might as well show you the G80 whilst we're here. They've got an i3S as well, but I'm sure you guys will want to see the G80 first. So this is Evolve's new car. They just picked up a few days ago. Does sound good, the 140i. They've got a few videos on their channel anyway if you want to see more. All the inventory development and when they're ready for tuning and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they're going to go to town. Oxide grey competition. Next to the Huracan. I think this and a GR Yaris is definitely the ultimate combo though. Just check that out. Is it open still? Yeah, it's still open. So yeah, they said that this wasn't their ideal spec because they didn't want to wait on their one, so they just got whatever was the first one available from Park Lane. So you'll likely see them change this in a few months, I'm sure. But I am feeling it. Right, I'm in charge of the laptop now, yeah?
You are indeed.
I don't even know what I'm looking at, but here we are.
You just need to push start when I tell you to.
Okay, no problem. So yeah, the cameras are rolling anyway. We're here with the main man again.
They're rolling already?
Yeah, we're here with the main man again,
Why
of
does
course.
everyone call me main man?
Yeah, you're the main man. Got about 10 cars, that's why. That's probably an understatement actually. So we've got a few different things here. So we've got mostly one Super Sports. We've got a bad passenger. What else have we got?
Bad driver.
I'm not going to comment on that. Okay.
More now.
So
Our wave track lift's doing its work.
yeah, I think I'm going to end up I think I'll bleep the word out.
But yeah, so the idea behind this is the base map. So this car has been a complete, basically just base maps for everything. We haven't actually sat down and tweaked the maps to their full potential, because the idea was we were going to do your pure 800. That's the actual project, and this is just to keep you entertained for a little while.
Yeah, it's literally just like a stopgap until there, and then just document each stage. So yeah, so obviously a lot of you guys will want to know how it's like at each stage in more depth. but that will likely come when the dyno's ready. We'll probably just, before we stick the turbo on, or even after maybe, we don't know. So we'll just play around with the car. Start, yeah?
Yeah. Done?
Yeah, it's start. That's a lot different, you know?
Okay, cool. Click stop. And then save.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
And then save. Berkshire
You
Damien.
can just leave that, whose folder is it? Doesn't matter.
Says it.
Just say Eddie.
Yeah, I could put it in the 140i one.
Yeah, you put it in your folder. You'll find it.
Look at that, we've got more
Your
folder
IT
now.
skills are coming through.
It's a bit of a beast for a hatchback, isn't it?
I'm kind of having a bit more fun that the tyres are worn, if that makes sense. Is the back slipping a bit more?
I get what you're saying, because I've got the tyres ready at home. I don't want to put them on because the little
You're having so much fun with it,
the little squiggle it does on like the corner exit is just so, it's just fun. You can't do that in RS3. When RS3 does that, something's wrong. Yeah. You don't know where it's going to end up.
That's why I like actually driving M cars when it's slightly damp, because you can have like, a little bit of fun with them at low speeds.
Yeah, 100%. Right, so usually at the end of these sort of mod videos on the M140i, I normally take it for a drive. Instead of doing that today, we're going to go get the car dynoed. I'm actually going to go get it dynoed at MRC Tuning, which, as you know, is responsible for all the stuff on my RS3. It actually makes the next video a bit more interesting because, yeah, I think you might have figured it out. We're going to be doing a comparison between the two cars. Now, as far as I'm aware, the dyno is the same one that Evolve will be using, but when we start the tuning on this, once the hybrid's on, we're going to essentially start from scratch anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Just want to know exactly what the car's making at this moment in time. So what we'll do, we'll head over there now, get you some clips of what it makes, and yeah, just see what's what. So we've made it to MRC Tuning. Just going to pull the car around. It's so odd seeing this here because normally it's just, yeah, I've never seen a BMW here before. Does look good when it's clean. I'm probably gonna go with like mid 400s. It feels about a mid 400 car, but yeah, this is all testing and it's just information for the video, so nothing too crazy. Right folks, hopefully you enjoyed all that dyno noise. I know M140i's do make quite a good racket. Revs quite nicely as well on the dyno. Yeah, decatted and MPE does sound good. I have got the numbers. I will overlay it on the screen if it does look good enough quality to do so. I've got some pretty basic looking pictures here. But yeah, I predicted the car's a mid 400 horsepower car. And guess what? It made 452 PS. And it made 648 Newton meters of torque as well. Let's have a look there. Yep, that's correct. We did a few runs. The first few runs, it was kind of cutting apart because we had in Sport Plus. Then we put into traction off and then it was fine. As you know, on these things, you can't do either one. It's a bit weird. But yeah, that's where we're at currently. As I said, it's a base stage 2 plus file. The car's not got a mapped gearbox either. We are going to do all of that soon once Evolve's dyno's ready. Likely looking about 2-3 weeks time. I think they're making quite good progress as you saw earlier in the video. But yeah, before we leave today though, I just want to give a massive thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So Squarespace is an online platform that allows you to create your own website. You can choose from a variety of designs. It's very easy to use and you can create the exact website that you want. You can use it to launch an online store or run a blog post, and also use it to manage all your social media, connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members only content. You can also use Squarespace email campaigns to grow and engage with your audience through powerful email content. What this does is essentially matches up your email designs with the website that you just created, so it's nice and cohesive. All of these websites are optimized for mobile as well, so everything automatically adjusts, and you can use customizable galleries to display images and videos in a unique way. So yeah folks, head over to squarespace.com to start your free trial. When you're ready to launch your website, you can head over to my link, which will be on the screen now. It's squarespace.com/trhamza. What this will do will give you 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. But yeah folks, that's pretty much it from me today. Look out for a new video in a few days time. Yeah, take care.